how have you seen some of the human interactions evolve as more robots are deployed out there, right? Because I imagine that over the years, people have become maybe more used to it or maybe more comfortable around it than initially when it was earlier on as you started to roll out. But I'm curious, what have you seen and how do humans interact? I mean, you mentioned that people love to watch Stretch, but what does that look like when it's actually going live in a facility, and how does the human dynamic look like with these robots?
Yeah, that's a great question. It really depends everywhere on how much people have been socialized. It's a term we like to use a lot, is robot socialization, of actually introducing people to the robots ahead of time or easing them in so that it's not like, wow, there's a robot in my workspace now. What's going on? A story I love to share for Spot is typically Spot will arrive on site ahead of our team. So it gives the people on site, we call it the robot wranglers, a chance to actually socialize Spot with their teams. And we've really seen some people go from this, oh, I don't want anything to do with the robot, I'm too confused by it, to being so involved with it and asking these questions that are so high level, like robotics engineer level questions in the span of a few weeks. So it's been a really awesome experience to see robotics in the real world and kind of disprove a lot of those myths that people are afraid of robots. Because once people actually start working with them, they realize they're just a tool that's going to help them do their job better. Another story I love to share is my very first stretch deployment that I ever worked on. There was a lady who was working in the trailer and container unload. It was actually a 3PL, so it was doing a lot of cross docking. And she had been working there for over 30 years. And she didn't really like doing forklifts because she didn't like driving. So she really just stuck with trailer unload. And she was one of the first people they trained on stretch. It was sort of a rite of passage for her to actually be one of the first ones to use this new tool that was going to augment her job so much. And she went from being someone who didn't have a smartphone to now running an entire robot to unload trailers. And I think something like that is so cool, of just seeing how much these robots actually can augment someone's day-to-day tasks and really make them confident in their own technological abilities.